So the only limits the only limits you have are the ones you set for yourself. So I have a story about how my best friend who actually called me while I was recording the last video. But anyways, she was planning to go to medical school, and for a long time she was really worried about if she would get in. And then eventually, when the time came to apply, she had studied her butt off, and she had gotten experience in the field as like an EMT in an ambulance. And I remember we were talking about it one day, and she said, "I don't know if this is what I want to do." And so I tried to, of course, encourage her, saying, "I believe in you, and that she's worked so hard for this, and she's one of the smartest people I know. So and I know she can do anything that she sets her mind to." She replied by telling me that it's she said, "It's no longer that I wonder if I can get into medical school, but do I want to go to medical school?" And so the point that I'm trying to make isn't that she decided that it wasn't for her. It's that she had reached the point where she felt confident that she could get in if she had tried hard enough. And it reminds me about this psychological effect that I learned about. It's called the Pygmalion effect, or it's a variation of the Pygmalion effect. But anyways, the effect is that so what happens in this effect is that uh so whatever you believe about yourself, that becomes reality. So for example, let's say you think you're bad at math. Your brain will start to work to find evidence that you are bad at math, and it will put in the effort to make that statement come true. It will work to make you bad at math because that's what you believe, and your brain wants to kind of make what you believe true. But this also works like in the inverse way, or in the reverse way. So if you think that you're good at math, your brain will work to find evidence that you're good at math, and will put in effort to make that come true. And so that's what I'm trying to say. It's that many of the limits that we have are just ones that they're mental ones. They're just ones that we set for ourselves. And if we can just tell ourselves and convince ourselves to like let's say like adopt a new identity, or yeah, that's a good way to put it, like adopt a new identity or a slightly new identity, like one where you tell yourself that you're good at this or that. Like you could say like, "I'm good at this." You could say, yeah, like, "I'm good at cooking," or "I'm good at school," or "I don't like eating chocolate cake." And then just adopting that statement, or trying to believe that statement, your brain will try to make that come true. That so let's say like in the "I don't like eating chocolate cake" example, your brain would start to like, it's a lot easier to say "I don't eat chocolate cake" when presented with like the opportunity. Let's say you're like trying to cut away sugar or something. It's a lot harder to resist it if you're saying, "I'm trying not to eat the cake because of this." But it's a lot easier to resist the cake if you adopt an identity that you don't like eating chocolate cake, because then your brain is trying to convince yourself of that. And every time you provide evidence of that, it gets easier and easier. And yeah, that's something that I personally used myself. Or I remember I was taking chemistry in college. Um, I so I ended up it's a really messed up story. So the chem department at my school had this rule where if you score below a 35 on the final exam, you fail the entire class. I was on track to get like a C or C plus in chemistry. Chemistry is not my best subject. Ask me about biology. I got A's in that one. Both were very hard courses, but anyways, so in chemistry, um, I was on track to like get a C or C plus, but on the final exam, um, I didn't do very well. I think I cut it close to 35. Like I maybe got like a 33. And because of that, I failed chemistry and I had to retake it in the summer, and that sucked because I had to pay for that and like find a place to like live close by because they only offered it in person. And yeah, um so but what ended up happening was I discovered that like technique or that life hack where like if you convince yourself that you are this, or like that, or if you try to believe this new statement or identity that you've given yourself, your brain tries to make that come true. So I remember um studying chemistry and being like, I don't get this, and then I was like, no, I have to tell myself that I do get this. I'm really good at chemistry. I'm really good at chemistry. Like I love doing this. I can do this all day. And there's gonna be a little bit of resistance at first. It's gonna be hard, but it did get a little bit easier to, practice more chemistry. And I was putting in like a lot of work. I saw myself, because of me telling myself that, I saw that I was able to do more practice problems and try to figure out ways to learn different concepts. And then in the end, I ended up passing. I wasn't like amazing. I got a C plus, but I passed the class, and it was good. And that's honestly, I felt like I learned a lot more over that summer in that rushed chemistry class than I did over like the entire course of the spring semester taking chemistry. And so I think that, yeah, that small mindset shift just helps you a lot in the long run. And I I think that a lot of us can really benefit from that, from just that simple change in a mindset. And so I hope this was able to resonate with some of you at least. And because I think if I'm able to just help one person or inspire one person and just make one person's day a little easier or better, whether that be like I'm inspiring you, or making you happy, or or um or just like helping you unwind, like you might have had a long day. And it's just nice to have someone to chat with, And so yeah, just being able to give that to you guys and gals, that would make me happy. And I hope you all go out there today or tomorrow or this week or whenever you're watching this. And I hope you all go out there and, be the beautiful people that you are. And, yeah, thank you for tuning in today. And I hope you have a beautiful day as always. Thank you. Ooh.